yellow, green. Red and violet make red violet. Yellow and orange make yellow orange. Blue and violet make blue violet. Blue and green make
Types of macronutrients, carbohydrates, and fats. Types of micronutrients are vitamins and minerals.
The first half of the vitamins, this is how you and we should serve.
Thank you. Thank you. Well done. You can divide the plate for us. I will remember. So not too many garlic. There are two types of nutrients, macronutrients and micronutrients. Macronutrients are the nutrients that are needed for the body in large amounts. Micronutrients are the nutrients that are needed for the body in small
Half of the plate will be vitamins, a quarter of the plate will be proteins, and the other quarter of the plate will be carbohydrates. This is how you and me should serve food on a plate.
wow. Thank you guys. Well done.
Rounders. Use it for soft tips. These are soft ball bats. Soft ball bats. There's a difference between a soft ball bat and a baseball. So when you play soft ball, you start like this. One leg, front and one leg on the back. Then there's someone who throws the ball to the batter, and that person is called the pitcher. So Michael, if Michael throws the ball to me, I have to hit it. Like that. When you hit it so far in, when you hit the ball, you're supposed to run around the 4 bases. The first base is where you start, and the second base is just like about 7 meters away, and then the other one 7, and that one 7. Then when you run around all of them, you get a home run. But if the people, some people that are called the base fielders, if they get the ball and tap it on one of the bases, and you're not on that base yet, you get tapped out. And if three batters are tapped out, the batter team is winning.
I have a question. Can you name for us the parts of the body?
Yeah. The end cap, the taper, and the barrel. Yes.
One part of me. Show them again.
No, the hand. Taper, barrel, and end cap.
As you can see, this is a rounder. You can see a big difference. So it's on the same day.
And
Yes.
no,
There are different games. This is for softball, this for rounders, and the other one is for...
and if you want to test it, the button. And the softball, the balls are also different. Those balls are used for young ones, so they don't hurt themselves. And we also use those. When we never had these balls at first,
softball. But this is very interesting.
Also natural. When it's natural, it doesn't have chemicals. And when it has chemicals, it can surely spoil all the plants.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
This acts as a foundation for the entire recipe. Have the wood ash, which has two uses. Firstly, it bars off the smell and prevents it from getting out of hand. And also, it regulates acidity in the soil, so that when you apply it across your farm or anywhere where you put it, you don't end up running your crops. You have the garden soil after that, which is like the baseline of putting everything across the base, and then you have the mulch or the dry grass. This is used to prevent the formation of water inside it, so that once you have your cell artificial to prevent it from evaporating. A way to allow the circulation of the air throughout the pit. Also,
Last week, under a shade. After you found the suitable area, dig holes to place the supporting poles at each corner of the mat or
There are three main colors: primary colors, secondary colors, and tertiary colors. Primary colors. There's only three primary colors: red, yellow, and blue. Secondary colors. There's three secondary colors: violet, green, and orange. We get secondary colors by mixing two primary colors of an equal amount. Tertiary colors. There's six tertiary colors. Tertiary colors are also known as intermediate colors. We get tertiary colors by mixing a primary color and a secondary color. I now usher Gabriela Wanji to take us through the mixing of colors.
When mixing colors, we need to these are primary colors containers, pieces of cloth, and another one, for example, a bottle top. To make orange, we mix yellow.
Thank you.
Then we get to I now usher Naomi Nekesa to take us through tertiary colors.
tertiary colors. We get tertiary colors by mixing a primary and a secondary color.
cannot take for granted. We thank you for the gift of our school, for all the teachers, administration, all the learners. On this day, we present all the parents here present. We present all the teachers and grade 5 learners. We beg you, dear Lord, to be with each one of us. Send us your Holy Spirit. Give us wisdom to be able to get what they are doing, what they are performing. May you be with each one of us and lead us according to your own will. May we be light to one another. Help us to remember your presence. Help us to be ready. When we do everything, we have to thank God. We sing one song. It's my best. I know you will join me. Twasema asante, twasema asante, twasema asante, ewe Mungu wangu, ewe ni Alfa na Omega, ewe ni Alfa na Omega, ewe ni Alfa na Omega, ewe Mungu wangu. Hakuna Mungu kama wewe, hakuna Mungu kama wewe, hakuna Mungu kama wewe, ewe Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit. As it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without end. Saint John Baptist de la Salle, pray for us. Lead Jesus in our hearts. Forever. In the name of the Father.
Our parents, guardians, and friends of La Salle Catholic Primary School, good morning.
Please learn to know the name of the person seated next to you. Ask them their profession and where they work. After getting to know each other, you can now all feel at home.
I request that we all rise on our feet for
grace God has bestowed on us. As a God-fearing class, let us humble ourselves for prayer to thank God for His kindness and generosity throughout the year.
So we encourage what we call learning. And number 3 objective is to sensitize you, parents, of the new curriculum framework and the grade 5 national assessment, which is forthcoming. And objective number 4 is to provide an opportunity for parents, teachers and learners to interact with one another, share information with the aim of demystifying the new curriculum. I liked it when you were given an opportunity to turn around and find out who is sitting next to you. The interaction started at that point. So by the end of the day, try to understand what happens in this place. Try at least to make more friends in case you, especially for the new parents. And I know that opportunity is clear and wide enough for everyone. Then the fifth objective is to give the parents a feeling of the learning experience the learners go through during the learning process. And the sixth, which is the last objective of the event, is to facilitate setting realistic expectations for both parties, that is parents and teachers, because we are the people who are guiding the learners, because nowadays it's not a matter of teaching, you guide the learning, and it's the parent and the teacher who has that responsibility. Dear parents, you are an integral part of our success story, and we need you as much as you need us. Lastly, allow me to leave enough time for the fun-filled educative presentation ahead. I believe that you will get answers and clarification to all your queries and concerns. Also note that our offices are receptive and highly value your suggestions. You are free to visit us anytime and air your views. Before I finish, allow me to say that if we were Swahili people, tungesema kwamba hii ni siku kubwa, siku ya ndovu kumla mwanawe. Ikiwa na maana kwamba kwetu sisi ni kama sikukuu. Hivyo basi tuungane pamoja, tusaidiane na tuelewe kinachofaa kufanywa, hasa sisi walimu na upande wenu mimi kama wazazi. Thank you so much. May God bless us through these activities.
Thank you very much for those remarks. As you have heard, this is a day to get to know one another, share information, and learn together. On behalf of the rest of my classmates, I want to thank you, our parents, for all your support. The fact that you have turned up in big, large numbers is a clear indication that we are dear to your hearts. This song is dedicated to you.
For all that you've done, thanks. For favor and grace, thanks. Supernatural life, thanks. For loving me, Lord, thanks. You have done
learning experiences. Parents and guardians, did you know that we are the first learners in Kenya to learn through the CBC? That is the reason our theme for today's event is The Pioneers.
Early to bed, early to rise. We dream so much, for we are the first. We are the light, and bravely we fight. We beginners are the light to the previous light. Competent we are, skilled and independent. Our hands we use, happily with no relent. Our brains at work to display our talent. We beginners are the light to the previous light. Our classes are fun. We take in the lead. The pioneers we are. Facilitators have us empowered. Confident and brave we are. With top-notch skills acquired. We beginners are the light to the previous light. Proud we make our guardians, for we are self-reliant. CBC has done us well. It really is a savior. We gonna encourage our juniors, for we are with favor. We beginners are the light to the previous light. We are the pioneers.
As pioneers of CBC, we look forward to acquire skills such as critical thinking, digital literacy, being inquisitive, patriotism, problem solving, among others.
These I'm confident of achieving because here at the Sun Catholic Primary School, we learn through different methods such as experimentation, exploration, research, and dramatization. Parents, please join us as we showcase our new experiences this time. Welcome to the mathematics presentation.
Welcome to maths presentation. We will be presenting fractions in liters and how we apply the knowledge of fractions in real life situations.
In grade 3, we were introduced to fractions as a part of a whole. This is a whole. It is 2 liters. While these cups are 500 milliliters. This cup is a quarter of the whole. When we add 2 of them, brings a half of the whole. When we add all the cups, brings the whole of the 2 liters.
In grade 4, we learned about fractions as part of a group. Here with me, I have cups of different colors. All of these cups make up a group. A group of how many cups? Let us count. Here are 4 red cups. Here are 4 orange cups. Here are 4 pink cups. Here are 4 green cups. And all of them added up together make 16 cups. So it is a group of 16 cups. If I take away the 4 green caps for the group, it represents quarter the group. If I add the 4 pink caps to the 4 green caps, it makes up half the group. And as we know, a half plus a half equals a whole. And so I need 1 more half to make the whole group. And the half of this group is 8, because 8 times 2 is 16, and there are 16 cups here with me. So I will add 8 more cups. Now I have made the whole group. Thank you.
In grade 5, we learned about addition of fractions. For example, a quarter plus a quarter equals 2 quarters. The denominators are the same. We do not add. We only add the numerators.
In grade 5, we also learned about equivalent fractions. 2 quarters is equivalent to a whole. A half. A half plus a half equals 2 halves, which is equivalent to a whole.
We also learned about the subtraction of fractions. For example, here we have 3 quarters. If you take away 1 quarter, you will have 2/4, which is equivalent to 1/2. Thank you all for your attention.
Wow, what a wonderful lesson. Thank you for your participation, parents. I am thankful to my parents for taking part in my day-to-day learning process. That is one of the requirements of the CBC curriculum. My parents ensure that I complete my homework, they sign my diary, provide any learning materials required, and monitor my progress. Thank you very much, Mommy and Daddy. You are my heroes.
As pioneers, we are aware that one of the objectives is to nurture our talents. We take pride that our school has provided an environment for our talents to be discovered and nurtured. There are various clubs such as Bouquet Club, French Club, and House Club, among others. Next on stage is Ada Club with a musical presentation.
My name is Anthony Udar. I'm going
guests, our main people who are the pupils. Thank you very much. Today I'm going to talk about the role of you as a parent in CBC. We are proud that actually you have come today because in one way or the other, we are going to help one another. In our roles as your role as a parent, especially in communication, we would wish to request you to please ensure you follow the right channels of communication if it is possible. Ensure that you use the diary if possible, communicate every day, check on the homework, ensure that your child is really doing the homework on completion. Sometimes we'll understand, maybe the concepts were not well learned. As facilitators, we are not all the same. We understand all the learners are not the same. So if a learner doesn't finish and you comment there, now we feel appreciated. We feel that you honor our work by joining our hands in helping the child. I would also wish to request you provide a conducive environment in our homes for our children. Especially, sometimes they will come and tell us, we had so many visitors, that's why I did not finish the homework. And you find that you cannot blame them because that is you as a parent who had so many visitors, their time for doing homework. Please, can you provide that conducive environment for your learners to learn? Again, we have a part whereby it's the parental involvement. Especially, we have printouts. Our learners are computer literate. They only need the printer at home and they download those things. They don't need your help. So please, can you provide those printers at home? Then they'll be able to print the work. Because some of our children, to talk the truth, they don't have anything and we are in term 2. They don't have any printer. Now, who do we blame? The child will tell you, my mother was not there. She told me I learned it on Monday next week. A week is over, another work is given. So please, parents, can you help us to help the pioneers? Today is a good day for them. I'm sure that of December in their minds will remain a pioneer day to them. And I'm sure you're going to see, to learn, as you also learn with one another. I also want to request you to help our learners in their time management, especially at home. We know very well, and they know, all work without play makes Jack a dull boy and Jean a dull girl. But we don't expect them to use all the time in their internet. They know the internet more than you and I. But can we control the time they are spending on those gadgets? Please. And another one, if they do a mistake, the best time is now when you help them to learn how to hold those gadgets. Those are the privileges you deny them. And please, they learn to manage their time well if you assist to help them, and we also help them back in school. Let's help them to grow. CBC is not bad. It's very good. It's only that people never knew how to manage it. And I'm sure you can see there was those hidden talents which are coming out. We used to be told you are noisemakers, yet the noisemakers here are the best presenters. So for us, we know that we have the Jeff Koinanges being prepared in CBC. So can we hold our hands and encourage our learners in everything? As the Kiswahili people say, mafiga mawili hayazeki chungu. So we need your cooperation as parents, and we are sure that we are going to see through with our pioneers. Thank you very much and enjoy the day.
Thank you very much for the information. At LASAD, we get the opportunity to learn new things every day.
Did you know that Kenya has around 42 tribes? If you didn't, now you know.
Parents, today we have the privilege of sharing with you some of the things we learn on a daily basis.
We will be the teachers and you the students. I have 2 questions for each parent. Any 2 volunteers? Mama, can you step on stage?
Good morning.
Morning. Cardinal Lupula.
Today I'll be asking you two questions. The first question I have for you is, what is the smallest ethnic group in Kenya?
Okay, I think it's Elmon.
You're correct. The second question I have for you is, outbreak. How many are
Follow. I think it's around 500. I think.
You're correct. Let us give him another round.
My name is James Pandocheno. What is yours?
My name is Diana Sandy from Amman Beach.
My questions for you are, what is the largest ethnic group in Kenya?
The largest ethnic group in Kenya are the Kikuyu.
That was correct. The next question I have for you is, how many are they?
I think according to the census, there are about 7 million.
Correct.
You may now take your seat.
Let us give them another round of applause.
Let us now sit back and enjoy this next presentation. Thank you.
My name is Ava Kyoko. I belong to the Kamba community. I am a Bantu. The Bantus are divided into two groups, the Western and the Eastern Bantu. I am an Eastern Bantu.
My name is Natalie Achek. I come from the Luo community. That makes me a Nilot. We Nilots originated from South Sudan. There are 3 types of Nilots: Highland Nilots, Plain Nilots, and River Lake Nilots. I am a River Lake Nilot.
My name is Jason Kipchirchir. I am a Kalenjin. I come from the Nilot community. Nilots originated from the South Sudan. I am a Highland Nilot. Kalenjins do economic activities like livestock farming and crop cultivation.
We also have the Kushites who came from the Horn of Africa. We have the Semites who came from Arabia. We have the Asians who came from Asia. And lastly, we have the Europeans who came from Europe.
The communities in Kenya speak different languages.
Some languages may have words that sound similar, and the spelling may also be similar.
The communities that have languages that have words that are similar make up a language group. For example,
the Abakusi word for house is Enyoba.
For the Abaluya is Inyumba.
As for the Agikuyu is Nyoba.
We Luos do fishing and sell our right to the market. Fish provides us with proteins.
We all live in peace together.
Please join us in singing this song.
Yeah.
have progressed with this from lower primary, now we're in grade 5, which is upper primary. As pioneers of CBC, we look forward to the next national exam before we proceed to junior secondary school. Next on stage is the modern dance. Enjoy.
discovering that our parachutes don't work. What memories would flash before you? Now, imagine the parachute opened. How differently would you act when you landed? As we think about it, as we imagine, I want us to go through the competency-based curriculum and its structure. As one of the values in CBC is patience. It's going to be long, so kindly pay attention. Our Kenyan education system boasts of 3 formal systems of education so far. The 7-4-3-2 system, which was introduced by the British colonial rule in the year 1963. The 844 system introduced in the year 1985, and the 2633 system, otherwise known as the CBC, which was introduced in the year 2017. CBC is gradually replacing the 844 system of education. It is essential to get to know CBC and familiarize ourselves with the intricate details, as it will be definitely the system our children and our children's children will learn under. In the year 2017, curriculum reforms in Kenya were necessitated by rapid technological and social changes. The need to address the new challenges of contemporary life, the emergence of a society that depends on lifelong learning, the growing emphasis on assessment for improving learning, and the prominence of issues related to equity, quality, and inclusion, among other factors. The overarching global goal for Vision 2030 agenda for sustainable development is to ensure equitable and inclusive quality education for all. Sustainable development demands that every human being acquires the 21st century skills, which can be broadly classified as learning skills, literacy skills, and life skills. The CBC was researched and developed by KICD, that is Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development. Its mission statement is to support every child to become an engaged, empowered, and ethical citizen. The mission statement is nurturing every learner's potential. There are 4 pillars of the basic curriculum framework, and these are values, theoretical approaches, guiding principles, and national goals of education. Values in CBC are respect, responsibility, unity, love, cooperation, patriotism, integrity, and peace. Theoretical approaches of CBC attempt to predict learners' behavior on reaching a reasonable and general set of explanations for an underlying issue. And the basic education curriculum framework is underpinned by several theories. We have the instructional design theory, visible learning theory, constructivism theories like John Dewey's, Vygotsky's, Gardner's, Piaget's, Brunner's, and Erik Erikson. The instructional design theory offers explicit guidance towards the new curriculum that explains how to help students learn to develop in the wake of emerging globalization. It gives clear information in terms of goals, knowledge, needs and performance expectation, thoughtful practice in terms of opportunities for learners to engage in learning actively and reflectively, informative feedback in terms of clear and thorough counsel to learners, and strong intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Visible learning theory recognizes, CBC relies on visible learning theory that enhances the role of teachers as they become evaluators of their own learning and help children become their own teachers. John Dewey's social constructivism theory asserts that a curriculum should ultimately produce students who would deal effectively with the modern world through 4 impulses or instincts which describe children's behavior, that is social, constructive, expressive, and artistic instincts. Vygotsky's theory of social cultural development opines that learning is a social activity. Interaction with teachers, peers, and instructional materials influences holistic development. After mediation, children can learn independently through what Vygotsky described as scaffolding, thus reaching their goals of proximal development. Gardner's theory of multiple intelligence posits that all children are packaged differently. Therefore, they learn, remember, perform, and understand differently. CBC recognizes this and seeks to identify a child's strengths and expound on it and develop his weaknesses. Gardner talked of 9 intelligences, and so far through the presentations we've seen them. We've seen the very musical ones who are dancing so well. We have seen the mathematicians. We have seen those who are naturalistically intelligent, the interpersonal intelligent ones, the bodily kinesthetic, the interpersonal, and the spatial intelligent. CBC also borrows from Jean Piaget's theory on how maturation affects a child's increasing capacity to understand their world through psychological maturity, which is affected by biological maturation and environmental experiences. Let's look at the guiding principles of CBC. And these are opportunity. Every child has an opportunity to identify their needs, talents, and potential. Excellence. Every learner will be nurtured to excel in their areas of greatest interest and ability. Diversity and inclusion. Learners are guided to appreciate Kenyans' diversity in terms of race, ethnicity, gender, language, culture, and religion. Children from all walks of life are accommodated in any learning institution. Differentiated curriculum and learning. CBC ensures that the curriculum content and instructional approaches are appropriate for every learner. It provides space for teachers to adapt to the curriculum to suit the learners. Parental empowerment and engagement, actually the reason why we are here today. Parents play a very important role in determining the success of their children's education. They have a shared responsibility with schools to provide an enabling environment that is conducive to learning and which motivates the child to achieve their full potential. The framework will provide opportunities for schools to empower parents to contribute to the learning outcomes for their children and to be engaged at all tiers and levels of basic education. Lastly, we have the guiding principle of community service. The service experience is brought back to the classroom to enhance learning. We've seen our learners talking about the core competencies, and they are 7. Communication and collaboration, that is working together. Self-efficacy, which means having the confidence to do difficult things. Critical thinking and problem solving, using logic, evidence, and seeking different perspectives. Creativity and imagination, coming up with ideas and turning them into real creations. Citizenship, digital literacy, and learning to learn. The 8 national goals of education also form part of the 4 pillars of CBC. And for the interest of time, I would like us to go through them very fast. That is fostering nationalism, patriotism, and promoting national unity. Promoting socio-economic and technological needs for the national development. promoting individual development and self-fulfillment, promoting sound moral and religious values, promoting social equity and responsibility, promoting respect for and development of Kenya's rich and varied culture, promoting international consciousness and fostering positive attitudes towards other nations, and lastly, promoting positive attitudes towards good health and environmental protection. There are pertinent and contemporary issues that our children should learn that are relevant to the needs of our country's economy and societal needs. And that is global citizenship, health, life skills and values, social and economic issues. Now, what are the strengths of CBC over the 844 system that has been in existence for so many years? One, unlike 844, which was more of chalk and talk from the teacher, CBC is learner focused and the teacher is just a facilitator. Unlike 844, which was examinations written and involved a lot of cramming, CBC is about competencies, acquiring the core competencies. In CBC, learners have the opportunity for local decision making and greater depth of study. Another strength of CBC is that it balances between formative and summative assessment, unlike in 844, where a child's fate was sealed by one examination after 8 years and another examination after 4 years. CBC is also digitally based, it is collaborative, and has synchronous development. I would like us to look at the organization of basic education. Under CBC, learners shall transition through a minimum of 17 levels, and each level will take a period of 1 academic year. So these levels have been categorized into 4 groups. Our school at the moment is handling the 2 first categories. Pre-primary category has 2 classes, rather grades. That is, it has 2 classes. That is pre-primary 1 and pre-primary 2. You may realize that most private institutions have a class called playgroup. It may not be in the government's classification of levels, but it is a class that we cannot avoid having since it ensures smooth transition from home to school. Now, for a child to be admitted in PP1, this child must be 4 years of age or nearing that age, say 3.8 years or thereabouts. After a child has undergone through pre-primary 1 and pre-primary 2, he will transition to lower primary school, which consists of grade 1 to 3. And in this level, children are involved in different activity areas that were previously referred to as subjects. After these 3 years, in order to proceed to middle school, the Kenya National Examination Council will assess the learners in an assessment referred to as ILA, Integrated Learning Areas. After grade 3, learners will move to middle school, which consists of grade 4 to 9. And it consists of upper primary and lower secondary, also referred to as junior secondary school. In upper primary, where our children are currently, there are 3 grades, that is grade 4 to 6. At the end of grade 6, they will sit for an assessment to determine their readiness for the lower secondary level. Once they reach junior secondary, in grade 9, they will still sit for another exam to determine their readiness for senior secondary. And it is at senior secondary where they will start to specialize on their career choices, and time taken there will enable them to see where they fit in their careers. As my colleague will mention, there are 3 pathways, and this is arts and sports sciences, social sciences, and what is commonly referred to as STEM. That is science and technology, engineering and mathematics. Based on the category the learner has decided, the learner will transition to grade 10 to 12, and after this, they, based on their career choices, they will either attend a technical and vocational training educational institution or university, or they can engage in entrepreneurial businesses. Now, as a school, we keep on engaging our stakeholders as is required in CBC. This is just the beginning. We hope to have more of this as we go on. Thank you so much for your continued support and for gracing this auspicious occasion. I will conclude by quoting the words of Malcolm X, who said that education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it. At this point in time, allow me to welcome our curriculum supervisor and implementer-in-chief to take us through the activity areas and subjects in CBC, assessments and parental roles, engagement and empowerment in CBC. Dear parents, let us put our hands together and welcome Mr. Peter Waruinge Kamau.
I'm the head teacher, and I'm also a classroom teacher. I teach social studies in class 7, in classes 7 and 8. I want to very first take you through the CBC curriculum learning areas and the assessment. So in CBC, we have categories in this level. We have the early years education and the middle school. And in early years education, we have preschool, which comprises of the 2 classes, like Madam Sylvia mentioned, that is PP1 or the pre-primary 1 and pre-primary 2. The learning areas are language activities, mathematics activities, environmental activities, psychomotor and creative activities, and religious education activities. In lower primary, we have literacy activities, Kiswahili language activities, English language activities, mathematical activities, environmental activities, hygiene and nutrition activities, religious education activities, movement and creative activities. Then in the middle school, which is now the upper, comprising of grade 4, grade 5 and grade 6, the learning areas are English, we have Kiswahili of the Kenya Sign Language, home science, agriculture, science and technology, mathematics, religious education, that is either CRE, the Christian Religious Education, IRE or the HRE. Then we have creative arts, physical health education, and social studies. We also have optional subjects, foreign languages and indigenous languages. For us, at LaSalle, For us at LaSalle, we are embracing French at the moment. But like I said, they are optional. We have varieties to choose from. It's also important to note that ICT is included in all the learning areas. We also have PPI, the pastoral program instructions, which are taught once in a week. Then, after that, the learners will transition to the junior secondary school, and I know that is where the big question is. Let me first talk about the learning areas in the junior secondary school. The course subjects in that level, we have English, Kiswahili, social studies, mathematics, science, agriculture, religious education, health education, business studies, pre-technical and pre-career education, life skills, and sports. Optional subjects at that level, we have visual arts, performing arts, home science, computer science, foreign languages, and indigenous languages. In the senior secondary, the learning areas are like Madam Sylvia mentioned, we have 3 pathways in this level, which are arts and sports science, we have social sciences, and the STEM, which is the science, technical, engineering, and the maths. Of the 3 pathways, the learner is supposed to choose one pathway. Then, for instance, if the learner chooses arts and sports, under that we have 3 tracks, and again, they are supposed to choose one track. We have 3 tracks in arts and sports science, which are visual arts, performing arts, and sports. So among the 3, the learner is only supposed to pick one. The next pathway is social sciences, which again has 3 tracks. Language and literature, we have humanities and business studies. Again, of the 3, the learner is supposed to pick one. Then finally, we have the STEM, the science, technical, engineering, and mathematics, that is the STEM. It has 4 tracks. Again, the learner is supposed to pick or to choose one of the 4 tracks, which are applied sciences, we have technical and engineering, careers and technical studies, then we have pure science. Let me talk about the learner's assessment in the CBC. So basically, students' academics is measured over time as they continue learning. Note that it is not the usual KCB and the KCSE that we used to have. These assessments is done based on 2 types of assessments, which are class-based assessments, and we also have school-based assessments. Class-based assessment is whereby the teacher assesses the student on a day-to-day basis in a larger breadth, precisely matters on core competencies already mentioned. These are quantified by expectation level. Basically, performance falls under the 4 levels, which are exceeding expectations, which is EE, meeting expectation, approaching expectation, and below expectation. I know when we started this curriculum, parents had so many questions because they do not understand what the EE or the EEs mean. Now we know. The class-based assessments take up a percentage of the student's academic, which is summed up with school-based assessment. School-based assessment involves a set of tests developed by the Kenya National Examination Council designed to gauge a student's entry behavior to the next grade. They take up to 60% of the student's academics. School-based assessments take shape in grade 3, continue in grade 4 and 5, and culminate in grade 6. In grade 3, learners do practical activities in assessment, referred to as integrated learning areas, ILA, in term 2 of the academic year. Then in term 3, they sit for theory papers in mathematical activities, language activities, and general paper, capturing all other activity areas. In grade 4 and 5, that is where our dear learners are, students sit for the school-based assessment in 2 parts. 1, project, and 2, theory papers. This academic year, projects in these grades are science, home science, agriculture, and art and craft. Theory papers will be uploaded in the Kenya National Examination Council portal in January 2022 and be administered then. Grade 4 and 5 assessment score will contribute 40% of the final score at the end of the primary education, whereas grade 6 assessment will contribute to the remaining 60%. It is worth noting that learners who complete grade 6 under the CBC will receive a transition report rather than the examination certificate that has already been issued with the system that is being phased out, that is the 844, which was introduced in 1985. These results will be used to place students in the next level, which is the junior secondary schools. Dear parents, projects play a very integral part in CBC. It is therefore very important for you to play the active role of engagement in your child's education. Parental empowerment and engagement is essential to the improvement of learners' holistic development, including academic performance. Empowered and engaged parents have a positive impact on the overall development of learners in areas such as acquisition and nurturing of moral and religious values, improved health and nutrition, increased enrollment, retention, transition, academic achievements, and identification of appropriate career choice. Once assigned projects, it is your duty to guide children at home, provide locally available and recycled materials, and supervise them. We highly discourage you from doing the projects for them or even going to the extent of buying a finished product for presentation. We commit to ensure continued parental engagement through participatory decision-making, communication and collaboration, learning and development process, resourcing, volunteering, and linkages. While at it, we urge you to keep on giving us your unwavering support, and together we shall achieve the extraordinary. The most likely question in everyone's lips is, what next after grade 6? Definitely, these students will transition to the third level in CBC, that is the senior secondary school. The government has made it clear that the senior secondary school will be domiciled away from the primary school. Nonetheless, if a primary school has enough infrastructure, it can still host the senior secondary school, though we are still waiting for more guidelines by the Ministry of Education. Allow me to address, finally, the issue of students who have joined us in the recent past. It is important to ensure that these children's records are well updated. Ensure that you give us your child's assessment number from the former school. Proper transfer channel of the learners from the former school to the third school should also be followed. In case of missing marks for grade 3 and 4, please get a hard copy of the same from the former school and keep it safe for readiness, for updating by the Kenya National Examination Council when such an opportunity arises. Let us continue walking the talk and make our pioneers shine, because indeed, we are the pioneers. Thank you so much, parents, for actually honoring our invitation. We're very grateful, even for the support you're giving us. We lack words. I must say, ever since I joined this school in January this year, I've seen great team of the teachers we found in this school and very supportive parents. Let us continue in the same spirit and may God bless you. Thank you so much. May you enjoy the rest of the program.
Enjoy.
Good morning, parents. Welcome to the science presentation. Today we will be talking about the human breathing system.
This is a model of the human breathing system. The pipe represents the trachea. The bucket represents the rib cage. The two big balloons represent the lungs, and the six and the rubber sheet represents the diaphragm.
I will be talking about the trachea. The trachea is also known as the windpipe. The trachea is a tube that runs from the nose towards the lungs. As it moves towards the lungs, it splits into two, which are called the bronchi. The trachea also has mucus, which cleans and moistures the air. The trachea has hairs, which traps dust that wasn't trapped by the nose.
I will be talking about the lungs. When we breathe in, the lungs expand, helping to bring more air. Inside the lungs, we have the air sacs, also known as the alveoli. Inside the air sacs, the exchange of gases takes place, which is oxygen, which we breathe in, and carbon dioxide, which we breathe out.
In front of me is rubber. This rubber represents the diaphragm. But before we begin, we need to know what a diaphragm is. A diaphragm is a sheet of muscles that enables us to breathe in and to breathe out. While we rest, the diaphragm goes to a dome shape, which is also known as a curving upward shape. And while we breathe in, the diaphragm flattens, enabling the volume of the air to increase. Thank you.
Today, I am going to explain the functions of a human rib cage. The human rib cage protects the inner parts of the breathing system, e.g. the lungs. When we breathe in, the rib cage moves upwards and outwards, and when we breathe out, it moves inwards and downwards.
Thank you for learning with us. I request that you all stand up to do it practically. Now everyone breathe in. Breathe in again. Hold your breath. Breathe out. Thank you again for learning with us.
Our bodies need regular exercise. It is one of many healthy habits that we have learned in science and fitness. With proper exercise, we are able to do so much. I request that we all stand and do some exercises led by our sports teacher, Mr. Paul Kimani.
Iko na battery na iko na hiyo nyingine. Lakini uangalie. Record out ndio.
Cheo. Salamu alaikum.
picha, muziki na video. Asante.
Hamjambo. Hiki ni kikokoto. Kwa Kiingereza kinaitwa cultivator. Kikokoto hutumiwa kufanya hisabati. Makofi.
Salamu alaikum.
Waalaikum salaam.
Hiki ni kibali. Kwa Kiingereza ni mouse. Kinatumiwa katika tarakilishi.
Makofi.
Waalaikum salaam.
Hii ni kisukweko. Kwa Kiingereza huitwa flash disk. Inatumiwa kuhifadhi picha, muziki na video. Makofi.
Johan.
Hiki ni kipakatalishi. Kipakatalishi kwa Kiingereza huitwa laptop. Kipakatalishi hutumiwa kupiga chapa na kwenye tovuti.
Makofi. Sonia.
Hiki hutumiwa kwenye televisheni.
Makofi.
Hii ni kadiria. Kadiria kwa Kiingereza huitwa SIM card. Kadiria hutumiwa katika mawasiliano.
Makofi. Sianoi.
Hiki ni kimemeshi. Kimemeshi katika lugha ya Kiingereza huitwa charger. Kimemeshi hutumiwa kumemesha simu, tableti na tarakilishi. Asante.
Keila.
Hii ni spika sikio. Spika sikio kwenye lugha ya Kiingereza huitwa earphones. Spika sikio hutumiwa kusikiliza muziki na huvaliwa sikioni.
Makofi kwake. Kelsey.
Na shikamo. Hiki ni kiotomotela. Kiotomotela kwenye lugha ya Kiingereza huitwa ATM. Kiotomotela hutumiwa kutoa pesa kwenye benki. Asante.
Makofi kwake. Wazazi na wanafunzi. Leo tumejifunza kuhusu teknolojia. Wazazi, je, hii ni simu au nini? Hii ni simu au rununu? Tujipigie makofi.
Wow, that was an interesting lesson. Don't you agree? Apart from English and Kiswahili, learning Siari helps impart the Christian values in us. Listen to this presentation.
Good morning, parents. Today we are going to showcase about John the Baptist and the preaching he did to prepare the way for Jesus. One of the ways he did that was by telling people to repent and turn away from their sins. Turn away from their sins and be baptized. 2 is telling the people with 2 shirts to share to the one who has none. And 3, the people with more food to share with the people who have none. Now we are going to showcase Jesus being baptized by John the Baptist.
Lord, I need. Come, and let us sins. Let us make the way for Jesus Christ. Those who have 2 clothes, share with those who have none, and those who have food, share with that who has none.
Come and
way for Jesus Christ.
He is calling, He is waiting. Jesus wants to meet you there. He is calling.
God, your Lord, and this is my begotten Son, and I am dead.
You are the Messiah.
John the Baptist also preached about corruption, and some of the corruption he preached about was bribery, blackmailing, and many more. He also said it happened to the politicians, policemen and women, and matatu drivers. Now, we are going to showcase corruption in Kenya.
Hey, mama, down. Tuendelee.
Jua watu wamejaa kwa gari juu wanataka kwenda kazi na wanataka kufika mapema.
Mimi unaendesha vibaya sana.
Nafaa kuwafikisha kazi na mbio, hii ndio mbona naendesha haraka.
Wenda kwa unalala ndani leo. Pesa.
Leo sina kitu lakini acha niambie kidogo.
Ndio umechelewa, tuende harakisha.
Parents, as you have seen, we showcased forms of injustices, bribery, and corruption. The matter was overflowing, and yet they did not have a place to sit. Instead of the police officers stopping and correcting them, they asked for bribery. That is wrong. Altogether. Stop! Corruption. Thank you. Thank you for learning with us. Using the spirit and love have learned to play musical instruments, such as violin, drums, and the guitar. Next on stage is the Grade 5 Orchestra to present us with a piece. Enjoy.
We all know that Olympic Games are held after every 4 years. They were supposed to be held last year, but were postponed due to COVID-19. The reason why the Olympic Games are referred to as 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games with a total of 8 medals. Kenya emerged the best country in Africa. We congratulate all the athletes who represented our beloved country, Kenya.
The general elections are 7 months away, but the campaigns are already in top gear. One will pick back next week. Parents and teachers, I hope you registered as voters during the mass registration exercise. As you vote, the decision you make will affect my life in the future, because siasa mbaya, maisha mbaya.
Parents, this important meeting would not have been possible if the number of COVID cases had remained high. We intend to have more of such meetings. For that to be possible, people have to be vaccinated against this virus that causes this disease.
The lifting of curfew does not mean that we should lower our guard. Please listen keenly to this speech. Good afternoon. I am Dr. Mercy Mwangangi, Chief Administrative Secretary of the Ministry of Health.
Good afternoon. My name is Mr. Salim Gulia, the Governor of Kwale County.
Good afternoon. I am Anwar Guru, Governor of Kirinyaga County.
If my fellow colleagues would not mind, I'd like to say a few words.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Fellow Kenyans. Yesterday, I cautioned you that our numbers are likely to rise. Today, we have a new high of 47 persons who have tested positive to the disease.
Numbers rising is a sign of more and more infections. That is actually what it is. It is actually more infectious. That's why we are reporting them. It's higher and it's expected. As we said earlier, more than a month ago, we took a month ago when people were saying, Kenyans were demanding that we open the place up and we cease cessation of movement. A month ago, we said no, because we wanted to have two things happen. One of them is county preparedness, and the other one of them is county preparedness, and the other one has to do with education of people, education of Kenyans, so that they understand the implication of what is going on, what they must do in order to protect themselves. There is the issue of the denial of Kenyans, that Kenyans are in denial. There is a disease. I don't know which Kenyans you have been talking to, but most Kenyans are not in denial. Those who are in denial, there is nothing you and I can do about. Now the information is this: there is COVID-19. Even a little kid in the streets of Nairobi is now singing that they can get it. But you can get it. And you can get it. Here's what you do. You listen, they'll be telling you. Who are those other people who we are now told don't know that there is COVID-19? And how long do you think it will take for them to actually know that there is a COVID-19? So as far as I'm concerned, if somebody is in denial, there is not very much that you can do. One of these days, that denial will disappear very fast. There are some countries that actually declared there was nothing like COVID-19. But very big people there died of COVID-19. If you go to the same places now, nobody is in denial.
Is to assume the person sitting next to you or standing next to you, kwanza ukimwona hana mask, go away. Move away from that person. And hygiene is what is going to assist us.
This disease is not a joke. Kenyans must treat this matter with the seriousness it deserves by adjusting and changing their lifestyles. If we continue to behave normally, this disease will treat us abnormally. Behaving normal under these circumstances is akin to having a death wish.
Thank you.
Entertainment and exercise. Song and dance is known to spice up celebrations all over the world. Please enjoy this flair of dance.
Mama,
Good afternoon. I hope you had a wonderful afternoon. I hope you had a wonderful morning. It is wonderful to be here. Thank you. My name is Brother Peter Kombe. I am a Augusta Christian brother. I'm very happy to meet with you, most of you, today as we showcase the talent as well as what CBC is about from our pioneer class. I think beginnings are always hard, the foundation is always challenging, but at the same time, today we had an opportunity to experience, to interact, and to appreciate the greatness that our young people possess. And our responsibility as parents and as teachers, as partners in this very critical mission, is to ensure that we send our youngsters into a future with great hope and expectations. And you are coming here this morning, this afternoon, is a great testimony to that commitment as far as our journey of excellence is concerned. So I want us to appreciate our pioneers for everything they have done, from the exhibition stand to the excellent presentations here. Kindly let us appreciate them. As we now begin to come together more regularly, I'm hoping this is the beginning. I look forward to working with all of you collaboratively, because we believe we are partners in this mission. And our greatest concern should be about the young people who are right here. And all of us have a responsibility. One of the things that came out very clearly, parents, is the role that each of us play. We have a responsibility, parents. We have a responsibility as teachers. And as our founder, St. John Baptist de la Salle, said, how we can live that more often, that we parents are the primary formators, we are the primary teachers. And we, the teachers, are second parents, because we understand the challenges that you face as parents. So our job is to complement you in that all-important responsibility. And we hope that we will be able to do this to the best of our ability. Yesterday, I had the opportunity of having dinner with one of our friends who was returning back to the States after 20 years. And he had a very challenging son. But one of the things that he said at the end is he's happy that he was not aiming for an A, but he was aiming to be a good parent as far as the character formation of his son is concerned. I want to appeal to you parents. We are not expecting you to be perfect, because there's no such thing as perfect parenting. But are you good enough parents? Are you giving your best? Are you available? Are you listening and accompanying your children in a positive way, so that these children can become the better versions of ourselves tomorrow? The best age to mold is this age, and we don't want to miss that moment. When we see what is happening today in high schools, going on in our minds as parents. But did we miss a stage? And I think it is important that in a Catholic institution like La Salle, we don't just focus on excellence in academics. Of course, that should be our priority, but we should also be concerned with that holistic formation, so that they will be able to move into the future and be able to cope with the challenges that are there. So I just want to encourage all of us to ensure that we foster those opportunities for our students to pursue knowledge, to draw that talent. Our role as staff is to facilitate. And we want to ask you parents to be active participants in that. So thank you. And I appreciate parents for what you are doing. For the little time that I have interacted with some of you, I'm just impressed by the level of engagement of our parents. For those of you who have engaged me via email, I truly appreciate, even when we are dealing with the most difficult and challenging situation, that you are able to address some of these things good, because again we have to hold the interest of everyone. In the coming months, I look forward to meeting with all our partners and ensure that we try to make this our unique community a better community. I'm personally excited to begin this journey and to help ensure that we continue to fulfill our special mission. One of the questions I am constantly asked by parents, and it's a very important question, and it's an essential question, and I would like to try or attempt to address that question with grade 5 parents. What happens after grade 6? And I think that should be a concern of everyone. And it is also our concern. But I want to say this, that I have been authorized to communicate to you that the issue of the junior and senior high school is too important to be ignored, and is very close to our heart. And we will have a junior and senior high school. We have a commission in place. We have a small commission in place that is doing a study of all our properties here in Nairobi, including this property. And I don't want to go ahead of myself or the team, but I just want to assure you that it will be there. And at the right time, we will be able to communicate to you. We have already started the process of reorganizing as far as that is concerned. Our focus is this will be a STEM center. And we are looking beyond just junior and senior high school. That we are also looking into, and it is a possibility, one that has already received a nod from our international institute, that we should have even a college to be able to cater for the needs of LaSalle students beyond junior and senior high school. So that also will be something that I want to assure you parents that is being worked on, and there is already a technical team that is looking into a number of serious issues about beyond junior and secondary high school. And again, I will not want to say much about, because I want to give the correct information once we have put together all those pieces. So I think as a region, we truly believe that we need to roll with the ball. And we would like LaSalle School to be a model school. But for LaSalle School to be a model school, it calls for commitment, it calls for involvement of everyone. I know you have been promised a swimming pool for God knows now, maybe 6 years or 7 years. And I know parents are also equally concerned about the swimming pool. I want to let you know that it is part of that study about this entire property. Because again, we need to look beyond 5 years from now. We need to plan for 50 years from now, 100 years from now. We are very, very grateful to our dreamers. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. we are we are grateful to our dreamers, our dream carriers, because we want to ensure that this vision continues. I know also there is a concern that I was asked to raise by Mr. Peter concerning the issue of materials as part of the challenges. Please, parents, we ask you for these materials to ensure that you provide them in good time. Sometimes I have to apologize. You know, communication may not be our greatest gift, but all of us are learning, and we hope to improve on some of these things. So I want to take this chance really to appreciate everyone. Parents, for your time, for coming. I know it's a sacrifice. And even to bring your sons and daughters to LaSalle, it's a great sacrifice. Right now, I have about 180 pupils waiting to join LaSalle from grade 1 and in the other forms. And a number of you have approached me that you would like to be considered because either the other siblings are here or they are about to come. Kindly ensure that you register with us early enough because a number of schools have approached us to partner with us, and partly you have been good ambassadors in terms of the message that is going out there. So we would like to give our parents, continuing parents, that priority. So please ensure that this is handled in a timely manner and in a way that is going to ensure that smooth transition. We continue to encourage also our parents, if you have a son or a daughter who is interested in the kindergarten, that we still have spaces available. Please ensure you also register in good time. Finally, I want to appreciate our staff, our hardworking staff. I want to thank Mr. Peter, our head teacher, Mr. Justus, Teacher Sylvia, Ms. Mutoni, as well as all our staff, both teaching and support. Very, very hard, especially in preparing for today's event. My heart goes out to them. Thank you. Let's give them a round of applause. Finally, I look forward again to having a general meeting with our parents, and my prayer is that we can work together in a good manner. Youngsters can get the best education and be the best version of themselves. Thank you, parents. God bless you. Ensure that you take your roles also seriously. With that, I wish you God's blessings. And I can't forget, really, to say that the best kids in LaSalle. I can the greatest kids in this school. If only we can use that positive, even in dealing with the most difficult situation. And I want you parents to be positive and to see the good. Didn't you see the talent? Aren't you proud? I know it can get better than this, but it is the beginning. With more practice, with more involvement, we can even get better results. So again, parents, thank you, and God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye now.
I would now like to invite the parents' representative, Mama Alexandra, for a vote of thanks. Let us give her a round of applause.
Good afternoon, parents. Good afternoon, students. Thank you. Good afternoon, teachers, brother, Mr. Kamau, Sir Justus, Sister Sylvia, Sister Sahai. Thank you very much. Can you hear me now? Yeah, that's much better. Thank you very much. Thank you all for making time to be here this afternoon, parents. To our dear students, thank you very, very much for that presentation. I know that a lot has gone into it and we do not take it for granted. And to the teachers who've walked the journey with you for this presentation today, thank you very much. Asanteni sana. We have really enjoyed ourselves. I think we were having a great day, but when we got here and we started by seeing the fantastic presentations outside, a lot has gone into that and we do not take it for granted. And I think as I was coming in, I had a small chat with Miss Lillian, and one of the things that really did resonate was definitely by our children coming up here and taking us through what they took us through. It also really sticks for them, yeah? It's a very good method of retention for our children. So thank you very much. We really appreciate that. I think we were all taught how to eat food today, how our portions should be like, what should go on our plates. And I mean, that was really interesting. We hear this all the time. I think most of us are at that age when, you know, you see your nutritionist or your doctor and they tell you these things and you're like, but now today we had it from our children, and I think we definitely will do something better about it. We learned a lot about the colors today, the primary, the tertiary, the secondary. Thank you very much. And we do feel like sunshine today. I think moving on to what else I took home from the presentations that were done. The dances were really nice. You guys have lots of energy. Thank you very much. You guys are really confident. When we went through the presentations outside and what you've taken us through here, we do not what really did resonate for me, and I'm sure for most of our parents, is the confidence with which our children have been brought up in, and we're really grateful for that. Sylvia, you taught us today, you told us to take home communication, conducive environment. We shall definitely ensure that our children do not come back and say that there were many visitors at home and they did not do the assignments that they were supposed to do. And we'll also continue to ensure that we are involved in the areas that need to be covered with them. And it does do not get the requests for material on time. We shall also really try and ensure that we are able to deliver and not give stories of a week and a week later we do not honor our commitments. I think, again, I will just re-emphasize, but yes, from the session here, we have seen how interactive CBC is. I think from our attendance today, you can see that we are committed to walk the journey with you. And we are really going to, you know, take it even further with us. Brother Kombe, I think you gave us some really good news today when you talked about continuity. And I think we give them a big round of applause for that, because I think that's something that has really been at the back of our minds. And I think I'll end there. And I like what we have on our program for today. When you've told us that children must be taught how to think and not what to think, I think that really resonates well with us. Even at our places of work, I always insist that it's not about how the task should be done, but once you learn what it is that you need to do, you can do it in very many ways. So we also take that home with us. We will not tell them what to think, but we will support in being guides for our children. Thank you very much. I'm sure most of us will see each other again with Sister Sahai on Sunday. We do not take the journey, but you walk with the spiritual journey, but you walk with our children. We do not take it for granted. Thank you all very much. Asanteni.
God is good, and all the time. Have you enjoyed? If you have not enjoyed, then there is no any other day you will enjoy. I'm sure that you have learned something, and as you go, I know your phones have really taken so many photos, Kwa hivyo zitataka kimemeshi ili kumemesha simu hiyo, the charger. So I want to take this opportunity now to invite the band who will lead us with the school song. Then after the school song, we'll be able to leave, but parents, it is a humble request that you will have to wait for your students or your pupils. They take something as you watch them.
I'm requesting your class teachers, it is an information from your class teachers. They'll just give you something small. Thank you. So the band, kindly let's stand up for the school song, then we finish. Thank you.